Next on our agenda, I'd like to show you on our Canvas course site, we have a writing a marketing plan assignment for you. So I'm going to share my screen. I'll show you how it looks on Canvas and give you a little bit more information about the questions. Okay, well, when you go into our Canvas course site and click on the module for marketing, and click on, and if you go down to do, you'll see we have our usual pre and post quizzes are there, and all the questions are based on our presentations for this evening. And then we have for you a writing a marketing plan assignment. And our goal for this assignment is to give you kind of a framework for writing a marketing plan. And the information you got tonight from Rick's talk and Claudia's, and we're going to hear from Rose Robson in a few minutes. You can use this information and other resources we will have posted for you in the module to write up a marketing plan. Now, this Annie Goes Online course will be open to you through the end of May. So you can go on anytime to review the program materials, and you can also work on the assignments. And the course instructors will be checking the Canvas site, and as you submit stuff, we'll take a look at it for you and make comments to help you with writing your business plan, which includes marketing. So it's 4 questions, and the first one asks you to describe your product and how you're going to differentiate it from your competitors' products. And then you're going to describe your distribution strategy. So Rick talked a lot about the different options you have on the retail side and the wholesale side. So we'd like you to describe how you plan to distribute your product. And then think about how are you going to price your product. And when you're thinking about prices for your products, you want to think about what's your break-even point. And that is when the price you set for your product covers all your expenses for producing that number, the units of that product. And then how you're going to promote your product. And that could be how you're doing advertising, online strategies, newspaper, radio, whatever you're thinking of doing for promoting your products. Maybe you're going to think about going to trade shows or home garden shows. So include some information on how you're going to promote your product. So I have a PowerPoint I'll share, which is a little bit more information about these different questions that we have in the assignment. Okay, so for your marketing strategy, you're going to want to describe the industry that you're in and how your business fits in. And in Rick's presentation, he gave you a lot of good information on how to find out information about the industry that you're in, the particular commodity that you're growing, what product or service you offer, how to differentiate your product, and who your competitors are. So in describing the industry, some things you might want to look to are the New Jersey Department of Agriculture, the U.S. Census of Agriculture, and the United States Census, especially if you're going for a retail market situation. And then think about how are you going to differentiate your product from your competitors. So some things you want to include in your differentiation is the price of your product. Are you going to go for like a high income market or a middle income market? Service such as free delivery. Maybe your particular farm market offers better customer service because you have a knowledgeable sales staff. How are you going to package your product? What types of boxes, containers, what size are you going to be selling your product in? Are you going to be able to offer things like seasonal extension? Perhaps you're thinking of using a high tunnel production so that you'll be able to get your produce to the market sooner or later than regular season crops. And if you're in the livestock production end, maybe you want to offer things like brown eggs, free-range chickens, using heritage breeds of livestock. These are all different ways that you can differentiate your product from your competitors. Okay. Well, who are your competitors? If you know what type of market you're going into, it's a really good idea to go out and visit other farm markets. It'll give you a really good idea of different types of displays. Also, check out their pricing. That will help you with your pricing decisions. If you want to go the average prices that most places offer, if you want to go a little higher, a little bit lower. But just be careful with going too low because it's very important that you at least break even. You don't want to price yourself so low that you're actually losing money. Check out what other local farms do as far as community supported agriculture. Maybe check out what kind of packages they offer for customers. And actually, it's also really a good thing to do, drive around and visit neighboring farms, especially if you're thinking going with agritourism. Go out and visit some farms that offer agritourism as a participant. And also, don't forget, look at the big grocery stores for display and pricing ideas as well. It's almost like you're being an undercover customer when you visit your competitors. Other things to include in your marketing strategy are going to be how you plan to advertise. If you're thinking of any promotions such as coupons or customer loyalty cards, how you're going to distribute your product and what your pricing strategy will be. And also set some reasonable sales goals for the particular area in a retail situation where you're going to be selling. What percentage of the market do you plan to capture? And be very reasonable about that. If you say, I'm going to get 100% of the market within 2 years, that might be a little bit too ambitious. So be very realistic when you set your sales goals. So in your distribution strategy, if you're doing a tailgate market, some things to think about is it located in an area where there's a lot of customer traffic, like a train station? Check out what potential fees to sell may be. Some farm markets require that you get a certificate from the local health department. When you're calculating your costs, include the mileage to the market. If you need to allocate some payroll wages for the employees who will be staffing the tailgate market, and deciding how many tailgate markets you want to participate in during the growing season. Okay, and I know many of you here this evening have a livestock operation, so some things you may want to consider in your distribution strategy would be slaughterhouse and associated costs, refrigerators or freezers for storage, and if you'll need refrigerator trucks if you're going to be doing deliveries. Okay. On the wholesale end, some things to think about, how you're going to get your product to your buyers. So you will need to think about your transportation costs, such as fuel, mileage, tolls, where you're going to store the product before it goes to the wholesaler. And in a direct market situation, we're talking retail, hours and season of operation, setting up your display areas and shelving, and are you going to need cold or cool storage? And CSA considerations would be pickup times, where you're going to store the material, and how many employees you're going to need to work the distribution. So these are all things you're going to want to consider in your marketing plan. So I hope you'll find that Canvas course site quiz will be helpful to you in writing your marketing plan.
Thank you, Madeline. That was wonderful.
Okay, thank you.